Good evening all, and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's the second day of the alcohol-free takeover on the channel today, and the beer from Mash Gang is this one. It is Chug Extra Pale Ale, and it is an extra pale ale weighing in at 0.5% ABV, as are just about everything from Mash Gang, if not all things Mash Gang. And it says on the side of the can for this one that they're taking a cue from their Australian friends. Chug is our first extra pale ale. Expect big tropical hops, assertive but round bitterness, and an extra pale base. And speaking of the big tropical hops, your plethora of hops today include Galaxy, Citra, Eldorado, Amarillo, and Vic Secret. So some of my favourite hops are in there. I do love Galaxy, and I'm a secret closet fan of Amarillo. And, well, let's be honest, everyone loves Citra and Eldorado and Vic Secret, of course, as well. So the artwork's amazing on the can, I've got to say. You know, it's awesome. You know, the skeleton, it's just fun humour. Love it. And, yeah, we're not going to chug the beer, I must say, because I enjoy drinking Mash Gang stuff. It tastes nice, and I want to savour it, even though I have got more cans. I just feel rude chugging it. It's the sort of thing that you save your poor quality beer for, just to have a laugh. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to get it out into a can and see what it's all into a glass even, and see what it's all about. So we're going to go for the AF Beer Club glass as always. For the AF stuff, the pour is extra pale as promised. Hazy. What we got going on? We have a beer that's not as pale as I was expecting, I must admit. It's like a light watered down orange juice kind of colour. We've got a nice white head. It's hazy for days. I mean, I can get shadows through it. It's translucent. It's not your chicken soup like some of them are. A bit like the old Day Tripper. That's just crazy. Anyway, this looks good. It looks like a pale ale, or an extra pale. See if it smells as good as it sounds on the can. Yes, it does. Put simply, yes, it does. There's no getting away from it. It is tropical. Pineapple. Bright, sweet lemon. Think lemon sherbets in the centre. You've got stone fruit. You've got the mango going on. It's all kinds of tropical. All kinds. But dominated by pineapple and mango. And that zesty lemon behind it. Smells really, really nice, and I expect it will taste equally good. So, cheers. Decent body to it. It's light to medium, very similar to the Natural History last night. Light carbonation, I will say that. Soft and silky in the mouth. Flavour wise, I'm getting orange, like a subtle orange. The pineapple that's dominant on the nose is very much in the background here, as is the mango. It's all about the citrus flavours on the palate. And there is something bright and bursting coming through. It's almost like a melon. It's really quite refreshing. There's no other way of putting it. It is very refreshing. It is very refreshing. Yeah, there's no other way of putting it. The malts are there, but they are playing second fiddle to the hops. They're supportive. It's balanced. There's nothing shouting out over and above everything else. And it's sweet and delicious and generally quite nice. Now, they make mention of rounded bitterness. I guess because I like my bitterness kind of smashing me around the face like a freight train. It's dialed back. It is dialed back. This is much more on the sweeter side for me than it is bitter. And the finish is juicy. And that's the best way to describe it. It is juicy and sweet and delicious. Not a bad beer at all is Chug. So, speaking of not being a bad beer, let's go to the scoreboards of joy, which say that Mash Gang's Chug has had 117 check-ins and an average score of 3.42, which isn't too bad at all. let's be honest, when you consider the wisdom of crowds and all that jazz, things tend to kind of end up where they should be. I think, though, it's a little bit better than that. My new scoreboard of joy, and I say new because I've added 3 new things onto the board, as well as the looks, aroma, body, taste, and the finish. We've got the value for money, we've got the buy again, and we've got the bonus point. The bonus point came in last night with Natural History. Because it's that good, I felt it deserved more. So I'm using the bonus point as an option for the very best beers, just to give them that little lift and say, yeah, this is better than a 5 out of 5. So we're going to start with the appearance of Chug. Let's top it off, just so we can have another look at how good it looks. It's a good looking beer. You've got a nice head on it. You've got a juicy orange colour. And you've got a nice bit of haze. What's to dislike about that? Absolutely nothing at all. It gets a full point off the bat from me. The aroma is delicious. It is pineapple, it's mango. You've got lemon on the nose that you don't really get on the flavour, for me anyway. It's big tropical flavours, as promised. It nails the brief. It's light on the nose. Well, I say light. It's kind of a light to medium on the nose. But what is there is absolutely delicious. I like it a lot. Can't fault it. It smells like something I want to drink again and again and again. The body is superb for a beer that is low alcohol, and you expect that trade-off, as I've said on other videos. It isn't suffering. The body suits the style perfectly. It gets a full point from me. The taste is good. It's lighter than I was hoping for, but, and this is a big but, it's not always about having everything dialed up to 11 Spinal Tap style. Sometimes you want something that you can just sit and have as a session beer, something that's going to be inoffensive, play nice with anything you're eating, or just as a palate cleanser, and something just dialed back and a little bit more sensible. This is where that falls in terms of the flavour strength. The flavours, though, are delicious. You've got a sweet, juicy orange. You've got a little bit of pineapple in the background. The hops are obvious, but they're not shouting out. And you've got a nice balanced malt. There's very little to dislike about it. I would like it stronger, though, I must say. I'm going to give it the 0.75. But it's still very, very good nonetheless. And the finish is sweet and juicy. There's nothing more that needs to be said about it. If you like juicy orange on the back end of your beer, you're going to love it. I would like a little bit more bitterness, though, on the back end. But again, that is just preference. It's going to get the 0.75 again from me, which gives it a total of 4.5 out of 5. But we're going to go to the extra points. The value for money. I paid £3 a can. Is it worth £3 a can? Yeah, it gets a tick in the box. Would I buy it again? Yeah, I would. I bought 6 of them, so as part of a mixed box with some stoop. So yeah, I'm glad that I would buy it again, and absolutely I will. And does it get a bonus point? Not today. The bonus point, like I say, had to go for the Natural History. But yeah, 4.5 out of 5 with 2 extra ticks on the side is a damn good beer nonetheless. So yeah, Chug. Great beer, tasty, sessionable. Well, of course it is at 0.5, but you know what I mean. From a flavour perspective, it is a nice, easy drinking, extra pale ale that will not offend anyone's taste buds, and you'll thoroughly enjoy every little bit of it. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, make sure you check in tomorrow, because tomorrow is my bit of a vlog update as to my alcohol-free journey so far, how it started, how I am now, how I see it going in the future, and a few other bits and pieces besides. So before I waffle on endlessly about tomorrow and leave nothing for then, I'm just going to turn around and say, that has been the beer. I've been Nick. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got the like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye.